What is up, everybody? JT Dangerous here once again. I am back for my NXT Takeover War Games 2017 predictions. Now, NXT Takeover War Games is this Saturday live on the WWE Network from the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Now, this is the first NXT Takeover show since NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. So this is a huge show. We got 5 fantastic matches. We have the NXT title on the line, and we're going to be crowning a new NXT Women's Champion on this card. So I could not wait to do these predictions, and I hope you guys do enjoy this. Now, our record coming into this NXT TakeOver War Games after our last NXT TakeOver predictions, which was, of course, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn in August, we garnered our first losing record of NXT TakeOvers this year. We went 1-4. So our overall record coming into this card is 11-4. So we're coming in after our, it was our worst record in wrestling predictions on this channel this year. 1-4, very unacceptable coming from me. I definitely got to get improved. So hopefully in this video I will get back on the winning track. Hopefully. Now, before I begin, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching all the videos up until this point. Again, I want to thank you guys so very much for making last month in October a huge success with all the videos we put up. So again, thank you guys so very much for making October a huge month. Now we're in the month of November, and we're getting close to Turkey Day, and hopefully you guys will be celebrating Turkey Day with your family the ravishing way, like only you guys can. Now, this is the first of 5, yes, 5 videos that will be up on the channel all this week. Now, again, all 5 videos will not be up on Monday. They'll be split up by maybe 3 today, 2 tomorrow, or how the way we're going to be doing it. So hopefully you guys will watch all 5 of these videos. Now, right after this, I'll have my next New Japan Pro Wrestling Tournament predictions, which is World Tag League, which is all about the tag team division in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I'll have my full predictions of World Tag League after this video. Then after that, I'll have the next WWE pay-per-view, and it's a Thanksgiving Day tradition. It is the Survivor Series, which we will see Jinder Mahal face Brock Lesnar in a champion versus champion SmackDown versus Raw match. Then after that, I'll have my Week 12 college football predictions maybe on Tuesday, and to finish up, I'll have my Week 11 NFL predictions also on Tuesday. So remember, 5 videos will be up on the channel hopefully all this week, so hopefully you guys will watch all of these videos. Now, we are at 200 plus subscribers on the channel, so I do want to thank you guys so very much for supporting the channel. To new subscribers, thank you guys for super kicking that subscribe button, and welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. It's absolutely great to have you guys here. And to my long-time subscribers, thank you guys for sticking around, supporting the channel, and as always, killing it. Now, this is your first time watching my channel as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video. Boy, you picked a good one if you're ready for War Games. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I am JT Dangerously, and welcome to the club, because this club is whoop whoop. Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into this NXT TakeOver War Games predictions. Now, they're not going to add any other matches to this card, so this is the 5 matches that are confirmed. So I'm going to start off with the first matchup. It is a battle between the big man, Lars Sullivan, versus Cassius Ohno. Now, only thing I know about this, I'm starting off with Lars Sullivan. Again, this guy has been pretty much dominant on NXT TV lately every Wednesday, beating up guys like Oney Lorcan, but Danny Burch, and just beating them mercilessly. Excuse me, gotta say that right. But Lars Sullivan, pretty swole guy, pretty genetically jacked guy with a lot of muscles. So this is a huge opportunity for him in his first NXT TakeOver pay-per-view. So he is definitely gonna have some butterflies here. Then on the other side, you have Cassius Ohno. Again, I'm not a big fan of the guy. I mean, I liked him when he was Chris Hero in Ring of Honor, when he was actually in better shape. But this Cassius Ohno, I'm just not a fan of. I mean, especially in NXT, he's just the guy who gets over with the crowd with his little oh no with his elbow. I mean, he'll definitely be wearing something Houston Rockets-y with his attire because they're in Houston. So he's going to try to get the hometown crowd to go for him. But I'm not feeling Cassius Ohno as much as I was doing in Ring of Honor when he was Chris Hero. So coming from me in this one-on-one battle, again, if I get it right, if I get it wrong, this is like a yawn match coming from me. Just 2 big guys. It's going to be a pretty not really back and forth matchup. So coming from me, I'm going to take Cassius Ohno to win. I just think this is Cassius Ohno's first NXT Takeover pay-per-view appearance. So I don't see him losing his first NXT Takeover pay-per-view appearance against Lars Sullivan. So coming from me in this matchup, I am taking Cassius Ohno to defeat Lars Sullivan. And now the next matchup, another one-on-one battle featuring the Velveteen Dream versus maybe one of my all-time favorites in NXT, of course, Aleister Black. Now, this whole thing started with the Velveteen Dream wanting to have Aleister Black say his name. Notice he's the Velveteen Dream. Now, the one thing that reminds me, the one thing I gotta say about the Velveteen Dream, he reminds me so much of 96 Goldust, and if you remember in WCW, the artist formerly known as Prince Iaukea. Just the whole Purple Rain, gimmick, the macerations like with Goldust. Velveteen Dream does that on a tee. It's like unnerving sometimes, but it's effective. Now, the one thing I like about the Velveteen Dream is this dude's elbow drop is legit good. I mean, for a guy his size to be going up that high for an elbow drop is pretty damn amazing. And that's maybe the one good thing I can say about the Velveteen Dream. Then on the other side, you have Aleister Black, who is still undefeated in NXT. He, of course, won his match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. And coming from me, he's one of my all-time favorites. He has the best entrance when he just comes up rising from the dead, sits in the ring, stoic. He has maybe the best finisher with Black Mass, that reverse spinning kick. Aleister Black does not talk. His actions in the ring speaks volumes, and that's the one thing the Velveteen Dream wants to do. He wants to hear Aleister Black say his name. And honestly, he's not going to get that when it comes to Aleister Black, because it's going to be all kicks and a bunch of flips. So, coming from me in this one-on-one battle, I'm going to take Aleister Black to win. I just think this guy he's got to be one of my favorite wrestlers on NXT, other than another person which I will be talking about in this video. But Aleister Black, best entrance, best finisher, best looking guy, best look of a wrestler. So coming from me in this matchup, I am taking Aleister Black to defeat the Velveteen Dream. And now the next matchup, it is for the NXT World Championship. Yes, the NXT title is not main eventing this show, featuring the number one contender for the NXT title, accompanied by his chick he always is with. He is Andreas Cien Almas versus the reigning and defending NXT World Champion. He is the former TNA World Champion. He is Drew McIntyre. Now, Andreas Cien Almas is coming off a huge win at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn against Johnny Gargano in a fantastic match. If you have not seen it, definitely go check that out on the WWE Network. But it was a great match to finally get him a huge push and a huge win. Then, of course, a few weeks ago on NXT, he defeated Johnny Gargano again to get even more momentum coming into this match. So he's getting a huge opportunity here on pay-per-view. Now again, I'm a fan of Andreas Cien Almas, but the way he just does this whole tranquilo like Tetsuya Naito, but he's not Naito. He's trying to be Naito as bad as he wants to be, but he's not going to ever be Tetsuya Naito, coming from me. But he has improved, definitely improved. I mean, from somebody who's wearing a fedora and weird straps, now he's very, like, with this new chick in his corner, he has been very focused, which is good. Definitely, and being focused in a world title match is definitely key. Then on the other side, you have Drew McIntyre, who won the NXT World Title at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, his first world title in WWE. I mean, he's the former Intercontinental Champion, Tag Team Champion, and he's the second 3MB member to hold a world title, other than Jinder Mahal. Now it's Drew McIntyre. So he'd say that we're looking at you next. But he has been pretty damn dominant. I mean, he of course defeated Roderick Strong in an NXT title matchup a few weeks ago on NXT, so he's coming in hot. Now, this is, of course, his first title defense since winning the title at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, so he's coming in trying to retain his title. Now, coming from me, whoever wins the main event match should get a shot against Drew McIntyre at NXT TakeOver Philly in January going into the Royal Rumble. So, this is a huge matchup for both these guys. So coming from me in this NXT World Championship matchup, if you look at Drew McIntyre and then you look at Cien Almas, it's like McIntyre is like a feet or two taller than Cien Almas. It's kind of unfair that Drew McIntyre is taller than most of the people on NXT, especially in his title matches. I mean, he was taller than Rude, and he's taller than Almas. So that kind of definitely gives him an advantage, and I really do not see McIntyre losing this belt until NXT TakeOver Philly. So coming from me in this NXT World title matchup, I am taking Drew McIntyre to defeat Andreas Cien Almas and retain his NXT World Championship. And now the next matchup, it is for the vacant NXT Women's Championship contested in a fatal four-way match. Now, the four competitors looking to win the NXT Women's Champion. She is the hometown girl here out of Houston, Texas. She is Ember Moon. Versus, she is representing Iconic with, of course, Billie Kay. She is the Poison Ivy of NXT, Peyton Royce. Versus, she is representing Sanity, and she is the unstable Nikki Cross. Versus the winner of the 2017 Mae Young Classic, and she is looking to win her first title in the WWE, as well as all these other women. It's time to set sail for Kairi Sane, the Pirate Princess. Now, of course, with Asuka leaving for the main roster to Monday Night Raw, the NXT Women's Championship became vacant. And, of course, General Manager William Regal announced there will be a fatal four-way match for the now vacant NXT Women's Championship. Now, with Kairi Sane winning the Mae Young Classic over 32 of the greatest women wrestlers in the world, she got the first shot. She was the first person to be announced in that match. Now, and now the NXT women had to fight for their right to get in this match. Now, Peyton Royce defeated Nikki Cross and Liv Morgan to qualify for the Fatal 4-Way match a few weeks ago in NXT. Ember Moon defeated Ruby Riott and Sonya Deville to advance to that Fatal 4-Way match, and Nikki Cross won a Battle Royal to get the final spot. Now, starting off with Nikki Cross. Now, being part of Sanity, she is an unstable chick, but she is absolutely fun to watch. Do not delete me for that, but she is fun to watch. She had a fantastic match with the former NXT Women's Champion Asuka in that last woman standing matchup, so she's got experience in the title picture for sure. And she has a pretty solid chance to win this match. Then on the other side, you have Peyton Royce, who's getting her first shot at the NXT Women's Championship, I think since NXT TakeOver San Antonio. So it's been a while since she's been here, accompanied by Billie Kay, and they're looking to make the NXT Women's Championship iconic. Then on the other side, you have Ember Moon, who of course was the last person to face Asuka at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3, which of course she couldn't win the belt, and being this is her hometown, she's got maybe the best advantage to win, being it's in her hometown of Houston, and she's looking to win the NXT Women's Champion. And then on the other side, you have the Mae Young Classic winner, the Pirate Princess Kairi Sane, who is coming off a war with 32 other women, and she absolutely deserves a shot. And it's another woman that has faced Minoru Suzuki in the past. So another woman like Asuka, who's going to be a tough person to beat, and maybe she has, not even maybe, she has the greatest elbow drop in NXT. If you have not seen her elbow drop, watch it, because it's amazing. The elevation on it and just the emphasis on it. So coming from me in this Fatal 4-Way matchup to see who will become the next NXT Women's Champion. Man, this one's really, really, really tough, because all four of these women deserve this title. So coming from me, I'm going to take Kairi Sane to win. I just think she is well deserved. She definitely deserves this belt. Again, no offense to these NXT women, but no woman, I don't think any woman's going to stop Kairi Sane, the Pirate Princess, from winning this belt. She already claimed one prize as the Mae Young Classic champion, and I think she'll get even more pirate booty, if you know what I mean, in the NXT Women's Championship. So coming from me in this Fatal 4-Way matchup for the vacant NXT Women's Championship, I'm taking the Pirate Princess Kairi Sane to defeat Peyton Royce, Ember Moon, and Nikki Cross. And now the main event. It is War Games, the match beyond. Now, this is a 3-team War Games, the match beyond match. 9 men, 2 steel cages, 1 winner. It's either submit or surrender or pinfall or submission. Now, featuring the NXT Tag Team Champions, the newly crowned NXT Tag Team Champions, Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, Killian Dane, Sanity, versus they are the former NXT Tag Team Champions, of course, AOP with Precious Paul Ellering and their tag team partner, the former Ring of Honor Television Champion and the Messiah of the Backbreaker, Roderick Strong, versus the former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions and the former IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions and former television and world champion, the infamous Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, Red Dragon, and their partner is the former and first and only 3-time Ring of Honor World Champion, and he is, if you know his music, if you watch so many of my Ring of Honor ones, you know who this is. Baby! 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 It is, of course, Adam Cole. That's Adam Cole, baby! Now, this is the 32nd War Games in wrestling history, and this is the first time in over 17 years we are seeing War Games, the match beyond, since September of 2000, but this is the first time WWE NXT fans are going to be seeing this. Now, the last time we saw a 3-team War Games in this history of War Games was the 1998 Fall Brawl, which we saw Diamond Dallas Page win that match and go on to face Goldberg for the WCW World Title at Halloween Havoc of '98. So this is going to make big-time history. Now, starting off with the Sanity, they are coming off a huge win at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn by beating the Authors of Pain, ending their undefeated reign as the NXT Tag Team Champions. So they're coming in hot. They can also move around. They can also defend the title. It doesn't always have to be Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf. It could be Killian Dane and Eric Young and Killian Alexander Wolf. So they're doing the all free the elite rule. So any member of Sanity can defend the title. So they're coming in as the champions. And then on the other side, you have Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong, which is a very weird matchup. Being the Authors of Pain are the former NXT Tag Team Champions. Roderick Strong being being in contention for the NXT title a few times on NXT. But this is a very weird matchup with AOP and Roddy as a tag team. Of course, Paul Ellering has history at War Games. And then you have the Undisputed Era featuring Cole, O'Reilly, and Fish. They made their debut at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn in one of the greatest moments on that card, where after the tag team match, Red Dragon came out, attacked the tag team champions, so they were making their mark right there as the next NXT tag team champions. And of course, Adam Cole came back from the dead. If you watch Being the Elite, he should be dead, but he must have gone through the Lazarus pit from Ra's al Ghul to come back from the dead, and he attacked the NXT champion at the end of the show with a super kick. And then, so this whole War Games match is going to be fantastic. It's going to be the first time WWE fans have seen it. I have seen most of these War Games. I mean, people who have been in these War Games says like a who's who. You got Hulk Hogan, you got Arn Anderson, you got the Horsemen, you got the Road Warriors, you got Sting, Luger, Dusty Rhodes, Dustin Rhodes, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, X-Pac, Conan, Buff Bagwell, Chris Benoit, Mongo. You have so many great names. Booker T, Goldberg, Steiner. I mean, so many great names have been inside War Games, the match beyond. Again, I'm so happy that they're bringing this shit back, and it's going to be on NXT. So WWE has some stiff competition to go against this. So coming from me in this 32nd annual War Games, the match beyond, I'm seriously thinking that Roderick Strong is going to turn on AOP and join this Undisputed Era, because you have 3 former Ring of Honor champions. You just add Roderick Strong to that mix, you got 4 of the best out of Ring of Honor. Red Dragon, Adam Cole, and Mr. Ring of Honor Roderick Strong. So coming from me in this matchup, and again, I see whoever wins this match should definitely get a title shot against Drew McIntyre at NXT Takeover Philadelphia in January. So coming from me in this matchup, I am taking the Undisputed Era, featuring, of course, Adam Cole getting the pin so he can get the shot at Drew McIntyre and win the title, because it's all about Adam Cole, baby! So I'm taking the Undisputed Era to defeat AOP, Roderick Strong, and Sanity in War Games, The Match Beyond. And those are my NXT TakeOver War Games 2017 predictions. I hope you guys did enjoy these predictions. Comment below, who do you have winning all of these matchups? Who do you have winning in War Games, The Match Beyond? Who do you have between McIntyre and Almas for the NXT title? And who do you have winning the vacant NXT Women's Championship? I would love to see your guys' opinion on that. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I am always on to see your comment, like it, and of course, reply right back to you, because comments are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching. And of course, before you go, you can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button, become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys later today for my New Japan Pro Wrestling World Tag League 2017 predictions. Later days and peace.